And welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more of the Prose Edda. We are continuing with reading the Gylfaginning. So let's jump into this. Part 8. The world is created from Ymir's body. Gangleri answered, "What did Bor's sons do next, if you believe they are gods?" Hai said, "It is no small matter to be told. They took Ymir and they moved him into the middle of uh, Gimungagap and made from him the world. From his blood they made the sea and the lakes. The earth was fashioned from the flesh, and mountain cliffs from the bones. They made stones and gravel from the teeth, the molars, and those bones that were taken, or that were broken. Then, just as High said, with the blood that gushed freely from the wounds, they made the sea, and by fashioning that sea around, they belted and fastened the earth. Most men would think it impossible to cross over this water. Then Third added, they also took the skull and from it made the sky. They raised it over the earth, and under each of the four corners they placed a dwarf. These are called east, west, north, and south. Then they took the embers and sparks shooting from Muspelheim and flying randomly. These they placed in the middle of Ginnung's sky, both above and below, to light the heavens and the earth. They fixed places for all these burning. They fit both above and below to light the heaven and earth. They fixed places for all those burning elements. Some were placed in the heavens, whereas for others which had moved about under the heavens, they found places and established their courses. It is said the old sources, from then on, times of day were differentiated, and of course of years was set. So it was said in Sibyl's prophecy. Sun did not know where she had her home. Moon did not know what strength he had. The stars did not know where their places were. This was before the earth was created, Third added. Then Gangleri said, I hear of great happenings. It is the wondrous work and skillfully done, but how the earth set in order. Then High answered, it is circular around the edge, and surrounding it lies the deep sea. On these ocean coasts, the sons of Bor have gave land to the clans of the giants to live on. But further inland, they build a fortress wall around the world to protect against the hostility of the giants. As material for the wall, they use the eyelashes of the giant Ymir and called this stronghold Midgard, or Middle Earth. They took his brain, threw it up into the air, and from it made the clouds, as is said here. From Ymir's flesh was the earth created, from the bloody sweat the sea. Cliffs from bones, trees from hair, and from the head the heavens. And from his eyelashes the gentle gods made Midgard for the sons of men. And from his brains all the oppressive clouds were formed. Part 9. Men are created and Asgard is built. The All-Father sees everything. Then Gangleri said, "It seems to me that they accomplished great things when the earth and sky were made. The sun and the moon set in their places and the days divided. But the people who inhabit the world, where did they come from?" Then Hai answered, "The sons of Bor were once walking along the seashore and found 2 trees. They lifted the logs and from them created people. The first son gave them breath and life. The second, intelligence and movement. The third, uh, form speech, hearing, and sight. They, Bor's sons, gave them clothing and names. The man was called Ask, or the ash tree, and the woman Embla, elm or vine. From them came mankind, and they were given the home behind Midgard's wall. Hai said next they made the stronghold for themselves in the middle of the world, and it was called Asgard. We call it Troy. There the gods lived together with their kinsmen, and as a result, many events and happenings took place, both on the earth and in the sky. One place there is called Hlidskjalf, or Watchtower. When Odin sat in its high seat, he could see all worlds and into all men's doings. Moreover, he understood everything he saw. His wife was called Frigg, Florgan's daughter, and from this family has come the kindred we call the family of the Aesir. They lived in old Asgard and the realms that belong to it. Each member of this family is divine. For these reasons, he can be referred to as All-Father, since he is the father of all gods and men, and of everything that has been accomplished by his power. Earth was his daughter, and his wife. With her he had his first son, and this is Asa Thor the Acer. He has strength and might, and because of this, he defeats all living creatures. Part 10, Night and Day. A giant called Narfi lives in Giant Land. He had a daughter named Night, who was black and swarthy like her kinsman. She was married first to a man called Naglfari. Their son was named Ald, or Wealth. Next, she was married to Anar, or Second. Their daughter was named Earth. Finally, she married Delling, who was from the family of the gods. Their son was Day, and he was as bright and beautiful as his father's people. Then Allfather took Night and her son Day. He gave them 2 horses and 2 chariots and placed them in the sky to ride around the earth every 24 hours. Night rides first with a horse called Hrimfoxy, or Frostmane, and every morning foam from the horse's bit sprinkles the earth. Day's horse is called Skin Foxy, or Shining Mane, and with its mane it lights up all the sky and the earth. Part 11, Sun and Moon. Then Gongleri said, how does he steer the course of the sun and the moon? Hai said, there is a man named Mundalfari who had 2 children. They were so fair and beautiful that he called one Moon, or Money, and the other, a daughter, he called Sun, or Soul, marrying her to the man named Glenn. But the gods were angered by this arrogance, and they took the brother and sister and placed them up in the heavens, and they made Sun drive the horses that drew the chariot of the sun, which the gods, in order to illuminate the worlds, had created from burning embers flying from Muspelheim. The horses were called Arvak and Osbin. In order to cool them, the gods placed 2 billows under their shoulders. According to some lore, the bellows are called Izarnkol. Mani guides the path of the moon and controls its waxing and waning. He took from Earth 2 children named Bil and Huki. They had been walking from the well called Birger, carrying between them on their shoulders the pole called Simmel and the pell called Soig. Vidfin, who was the name of their father. These children follow Mani, as can be seen from the earth. Part 12, The Wolves. Then Gongleri asked, the sun moves quickly, and it is almost as though she fears something. She cannot go faster on her journey, even if she were afraid of her own death. Then Hai answered, "It is not surprising that she moves with such speed. The one chasing her comes close, and there is no escape for her except to run." "Who is chasing her?" asked Gongleri. Hai said, "There are two wolves, and the one who is chasing her is called Skull. He frightens her, and he eventually will catch her. The other is called Hati Hrodsvitnesen. He runs in front of her trying to catch the moon. And this will happen." Then Gongleri asked, "Of what family are the wolves?" Hai replied, "An ogress lives in the east of Midgard in the forest called Yarnvid or Ironwood. The Tro women who are called the Yarnvidjer or the Ironwood dwellers live in that forest. The old ogress bore many giant sons, all in the likeness of wolves, and it is from here that those wolves come. It is said that the most powerful of this kin will be the one called Managarm or Moondog. He will gorge himself with the life of all who die, and he will swallow the moon, spattering blood throughout the sky and all the heavens. Because of this, the sun will lose the brightness, while the winds will turn violent, roaring in from all directions. So it is said in Sibyl's prophecy. In the east, the old one lives in Ironwood, and there she bears Fenrir's brood, the wolves. From all of them comes one in particular, the ruin of the moon in the shape of a troll. He gorges himself on the life of doomed men, reddens the gods' dwelling with crimson gore. Dark goes the sunshine for summers after the weather all vicious. Do you know now or what? Part 13, Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge. Then Gangleri said, "What is the path from the earth to the sky?" Then, snickering, Hai answered, "Your question shows little knowledge. Haven't you heard the gods build a bridge from the earth to the sky, and it is called Bifrost? You will have seen it, and possibly you call it the rainbow. It has three colors and great strength, and is made of with more skill and knowledge than other constructions. Sturdy though it is, it will break when the sons of Muspel ride over it at Ragnarok. Then their horses will swim across great rivers, and so they will advance." Then Gangleri said, Since they can do whatever they wish, it seems to me that the gods did not build the bridge reliably if it will break." Hai replied, "The gods deserve no blame for the construction. Bifrost is a sound bridge, but nothing in this world can be trusted when the sons of Muspel attack." But we'll go ahead and end this particular episode here. So yeah, we learn more about the gods, the moon, the sky, the earth, Yeah. The world created from the giant Ymir's body. And then we have the development of night and day, the sun and moon. But we also have knowledge now that wolves chase the sun and moon and will eventually catch them. And then we learn about the Bifrost Bridge that goes from the earth to the sky as the place of transportation, as a way of transportation for the Aesir, the Norse gods. And we also get the mention of the gods being descendants of the city of Troy, which was an actual city in Asia Minor. So yeah, it's we see how much closer the world comes together. Um, but yeah, because now it's kind of connecting them to Greek mythology and history. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end this episode. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next episode. Until then, later.